17th time talking about needing some yoga right now. I just want to say thank you for your patience with the technology. I swear every time I do this, it's a different experience. So always something new, no matter how much you try to prepare, which is life. So here we are. I'm probably vertical right now. But I first want to start by saying welcome. My name is Chelsea, and I am one of the instructors at Homegrown Yoga at Oakmont. And like many of you out there, maybe you have signed up to run some type of race. So I had signed up for the half marathon, and over the past couple of years, I run for Humane Animal Rescue, the charity. So one of the things I do to raise money for that charity is I do a Yoga for Paws class. So virtual run, virtual yoga. So here we are on Friday night. If you have family, fur friends, non-fur friends, lizards, fish, whatever pets you have around, feel free to just give them a big hug or a virtual hug, whatever you need. So this class, you don't need much. You just need a mat or a space. You don't need any props. If you are a person that practices yoga and you want to have some props, feel free to have them with you right now. I am going to pop in here and just check to make sure that people can hear me. And okay, yay, good. Also, thank you if you are donating. If you can't donate, that's okay. Just thank you for being here and holding an animal in your heart, whether it be in memory or around you, or just being here in this practice, in this space together, in this community. So, with that said, there is a fun little playlist on Spotify called Yoga for Paws, all caps, some fun jams if you are into some music as you go. And I think that's my spiel for right now. I feel like I'm talking a lot. So let's get started. So you are going to start actually at the back of your mat. And you're going to bring your knees nice and close together. And then hinging over the hips, bringing your forehead to your mat and your arms alongside of you, palms facing up, and letting your elbows just melt down at the floor here. So as you're here, I'll give you a little chat about what we're going to do. So this is an animal-themed class. So basically, almost everything that we do is going to be an animal pose. So there'll be a few minor transitions, but if you have any animals around you, feel free to welcome them on your mat. There are two bunnies here, Sunny and Neptune, and my cat Tarzan's downstairs, so they may be coming in throughout the practice. So coming into this closed child's pose, which some of you may know, but we are going to get to know it as turtle right now. So almost like you're hovering down, or hovering into this turtle shell. And maybe starting to rock side to side. Taking notice of the tops of your feet and your shin on your mat. And what I would like you to do here is, if you have an animal around or a few animals around, maybe taking a moment to either look up, take a minute to notice something about them. And if you don't have an animal around, maybe you have had an animal that has passed, maybe bringing a memory of them into your mind. And just taking a moment to notice these creatures around us, all the time, just being. These little furry teachers or non-furry teachers. Maybe even noticing your animal's breath if it's around you. And beginning to notice your breath and make that connection between beings. And taking a deep breath in wherever you are, and a breath out. Another inhale. And exhale. One more deep breath in. And a long breath out. And then from here, if you have any neck issues, you're just going to stay in turtle for a few more moments. If not, keeping your arms alongside of you, you're going to slowly bring the crown of your head to your mat and begin to lift the hips. So the hips are stacked over the knees, palms are facing up, so you're in this nice little rabbit pose. Getting a nice stretch in the back of the neck. And just breathing in here. Remembering to engage the belly, not turning your head side to side, just finding some stillness here. And then eventually go ahead and take your arms out long, whether you're in turtle or rabbit. Reach them out nice and long. Bring your chin down towards your mat. Hips are now high, so you are now in, and maybe you just got one of these puppy dog pose. So a nice stretch in the shoulders. Maybe wiggling your hips side to side. Maybe closing the eyes. Or maybe you have a little critter around you that has a toy that's putting it in your face right now. Just taking it all in. And then taking a deep breath and pressing into the palms of the hands, pulling the hips forward, lowering yourself all the way down to your mat. Taking your arms outside of your mat onto the fingertips, so tenting the fingertips here. Zipping the legs together, press into your mat or the floor, lift the heart for Sphinx pose. Exhale, melt back down. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale down. One more, breathe in, lift, squeeze the shoulder blades down the spine. And exhale down. Coming into, maybe you know this if you are practicing yogi, or a child, or any family member. Next is fingers nice and wide alongside of you. This is a snake-like creature. And we're going to lift the heart into just a baby cobra to start. And exhale, melt down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale down. One more. Inhale, baby cobra. Don't forget about those toes. So pressing down into the mat or the floor. And exhale down. This time you can come all the way up into another animal pose. If you want to shout it out, up dog. So again, here, lifting the heart up, gazes across the front of the mat, pressing into the tops of the feet, lifting the thighs if you would like. Take a breath in and a breath out. One more, inhale and exhale. We're going to lower our knees, press our hips back through that little closed child's pose or turtle today. And then come up onto our knees for a moment. So, as you're here, all of you, whoever is here with us, we're going to work into the wrists a little bit because we're going to be on them a little bit more maybe than usual. So to work into the wrist, go ahead and just roll up your wrist. Maybe you have a little toy around you that you want to be throwing towards your animal or critter. I wish the bunnies would hop over here. They were over here before. And Tarzan's taking a nap. He's already in Shavasana. So, just rolling out the wrists. And then go ahead and take your fingertips out in front of you, pressing the fingertips back a little bit. And then fingertips down towards your mat. Just bring some gentle pressure, not too much. Same with the other side, so taking the hands back, fingertips back. And then fingertips down. And then rolling out the wrist one more time each way. And then coming into tabletop for just a moment. We are going to create a beast because we are all beings or beasts. So to do that, we're going to start to activate. So everything we did first is we started to work with the breath, and now we're going to start to activate, just like an animal is starting to wake up. So to do that, press into the tips of the fingers. So a nice strong back, making space in the shoulder blades, pulling the elbows inward. And then from here, you're going to curl the toes, lift the knees slightly off your mat. So just like you can get a piece of paper underneath. Nothing more. So here, pulling the belly button back towards the spine, activating in the shoulders, activating in the center. Taking a breath in, and a breath out. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more breath in. And breath out. So you're going to start to feel this in the arms or the limbs, in the legs, in the belly. So now we're going to just alternate limbs here. So go ahead and lift the right toes. Again, just like a piece of paper getting underneath, pressing into the right arm, lifting up the left hand. So you're going to want to naturally start to lean to the right. Pull yourself back to your midline. Take a breath in, and a breath out. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Release the hand and knee down. And alternate sides. So lifting up the right arm and lifting up the left knee. So it doesn't seem like much, but you're going to feel it. So again, making that space in between the hand and the mat, the knee and the mat. Pressing into that left palm. Gaze is right down at your mat. Take 1 more breath in. And a breath out. And then from here, release the knee down. Curl the toes, lift the knee. We're going to hover again. But this time, we're going to lift up the right arm and left toes. Release it down. This time, right toes, left arm. Release down. So almost like you're crawling like an animal. You can have fun with it. Lift up one arm, one leg, then the other. And then take a moment and find some stillness again. Take a breath in, just hovering, not going into down dog just yet. And breath out. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. This time, take a breath in. Exhale. Send the hips all the way up and back. Heels work towards the mat. Downward facing dog. Shake the head, shake the tail, whatever you need. Breathing in and breathing out. 1 more. Inhale here. And exhale. Maybe your dog is near you or next to you. Maybe your cat is wondering what you're doing or probably used to this if you've been doing a lot of yoga at home. 1 more breath in, and a breath out. This time, come arms to the hands, knees, let the heart pull forward, flip the tailbone. If you know this pose, shout it out, cow pose. And exhale, round the spine, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. 2 more, breathe in. And breathe out. Curl the toes, lift the hips, down dog. So again, coming back to that awareness of that little creature in your life and taking notice of this idea that when you watch an animal, it doesn't have any opinion about itself. It just is. Take 1 more breath in here. And a breath out. Now here's the fun part. If you would like, animals travel. So we are going to travel kind of like that activation we did here. You're just going to move in your down dog. So you're going to move forward in your mat and backwards. Again, keeping that weight even in the hands as you move, distributing the weight. Maybe you chase a critter around or a child around in your down dog. Just have some fun with it for a few moments, relaxing your head and your neck, and then meeting back in a still down dog. Take a breath in, and a breath out. 1 more, inhale, and exhale. This time, come up onto the toes, bend the knees, look towards your hands, walk, step, float to the front of your mat. We're gonna stay hanging down like those animals, like an orangutan, you know, or those big like arms. So just let yourself orangutan around here for a moment, letting everything release down your back, your fingertips. And then we're going to come into gorilla pose. So take the hands underneath the soles of the feet. Toes come to kiss the wrist. Take an inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, let the heart melt over the thighs. So head is inching towards your mat. And maybe you envision a gorilla. And that might help you to get into this pose. So where can you let go? Where can you soften? If you want to go back to your feeling the orangutan, and just letting your arms be loose and hang, feel free to go there. Just take a moment here. And let go. So working with the breath and the activation, we are now, if you are a child at home watching with your family, we are going to go into an animal that loves to move and soar through the air. So, if you heard that thump, that was the bunnies, which is interesting because bunnies think when they do that, it means danger. But we're not dangerous here. Relax. So, oh, but birds are dangerous, which could be like, to them, birds are dangerous because they're obviously prey animals. Anyway, all right, so here we are. Inhale, reach up high. And exhale, let it go just like you are flying through the air. Inhale up, get lost in this. Literally close your eyes. If you've ever wanted to fly or have wings, pretend you have them. Inhale, reach up tall, rooting down through your heels, reaching up. And exhale, lead with your heart. This time, inhale, we rise up. And exhale, hands to heart center, bringing the knee up to kiss the elbow. So as we're here, our wings are now coming into a closed bird. Once you're here, you can point the toe, pull the knee up to the chest, tilt the chin down towards the heart, Bring the right ankle in towards that left thigh. Take a breath in and a breath out. If you fall, just get right back in. One more inhale. And exhale. This time we fly. So take the right leg back. Heart lifts, palms down. Inhale, closed bird. So tuck the head, elbows in. Right foot is into the left thigh. Exhale back. So just have some fun with that for a moment. Like you're hiding away in a tree. And then flying down. One more. Inhale. And exhale. This time, inhale, right leg comes to meet the left. Breathe and reach up tall. And exhale, lean with your heart, squeezing your shoulder blades all the way down. Breathe in, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, plant your hands, step back. You may know this as high plank. We are going to call it inchworm. So making sure you're pressing your mat away here. Gaze is right between the thumbs. Take a breath in and a breath out. Your choice, drop the knees, lift the toes, or pull the heart forward and lower all in one piece. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. So this is that moving portion of the practice. We're just kind of flowing through some poses like a bird. Rise high, bend deep, look at your hands, walk, step, float to the front. And then take your version of your orangutan or your gorilla. Take a moment to pause there, release. And then from here, inhale, arms come up. And exhale, whatever you're thinking about, let it go. Inhale up. Maybe toes lift, fingers spread. And exhale, hinge at the waist, let it go. One more, breathe in, reach tall. And exhale, head is the last to fall. This time, inhale, reach tall. Exhale, lift the left knee. Draw your line through heart center. Get yourself set up first for your little closed bird. So elbows in, pointing the toe, bringing that left foot into the right leg, tilting the chin down. Take a breath in and a breath out. Shoulders are dropping down your back. One more. Inhale and exhale. This time, take a breath in and exhale, fly. Left leg goes back, palms down, heart lifts. Inhale, close bird. Exhale, fly. Inhale, closed with control. And exhale, fly. This time, left foot comes down to meet the right. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, let it go through the air. Breathe in, halfway lift. Plant the hands, step back. Your choice. Go through that chaturanga or inchworm. Or go right to down dog. Take a breath in here. And a breath out. Inhale, rise. Bend deep, look at the hands, walk, step, float. So just kind of get lost here. Inhale, take your halfway lift. Exhale, your version, gorilla. And then release the hands. Inhale up. Exhale, fly. Inhale up. I feel like I could do this part of a sun salutation all the time. Let it go. Inhale, we rise. And exhale, we let go. This time, inhale, rise up, knee lifts. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fly. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale, tuck the chin. And exhale it back. Inhale, right leg goes to meet the left. Arms come up. And exhale, swan dive. Breathe in, halfway lift. Plant the hands, step it back. High to low or down dog. We got one more on the other side like this. And then we move into our hunt. So from here, rise high, bend deep, look forward, walk, step, hop. Gorilla, orangutan, ragdoll, whatever you need. Let it go here. When you're ready, root from your heels all the way up. And exhale, spread your wings. Inhale it up. And exhale down. Inhale, rise. Lift up. And exhale, release in the neck, the head on the way down. This time, inhale, rise. Left knee comes up. And exhale, draw your line through center. Stay for the inhale. Exhale. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, fly. Inhale, tuck, elbows in, chin tucks. Exhale, fly. Inhale. And exhale, fly. Inhale, left leg to meet the right. Arms come up, reach tall. Exhale, let it go. Breathe in, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. However you need to get there. We'll meet back in that down dog. So if you're here, you can come stay here for a few breaths. You can go into that, back to that turtle. You can lay down on your mat, like the bunnies are doing right now. Just hanging out there. So what we did is we are going now into this hunt phase. So the way I think about it is kind of the next few poses is in a lot of ways like a cat. So if they are waking up and stretching and moving kind of like we just did, and then they find something that they would like to attack, let's say, but they have to resist. So we are going to be holding in a few poses, fighting that urgency to kind of want to come out of it or resist. So we just kind of want to have that idea in our head about this hunt that we can't quite catch the prey just yet, but just staying in that space. So when you're ready, if you're ready, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. And then from here, lifting the right leg all the way up and back, three-legged down dog. You know what to do. Shake out the leg just like a dog. Make space. Weight is even in the hands. Roll out the ankle, the toes. Maybe tickle the hair of an animal that's near you. I know it's getting a little weird here, but that's all right. It's Friday night during a pandemic. So inhale, right leg high. Exhale, we're going to pull the right knee to the right elbow. So some may think of that as a variation of crow. And if you're here, this is the idea of just wanting to stay for a few moments. Breathing in, breathing out. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, one more breath in. And breath out. Go ahead and bring your knee to your chest. Step through both hands. Right hand on the inside of the right foot. Few options here for your lizard. Here comes Neptune. Hi. for lizard, you can stay right here. Straight arms, pressing through that back heel, right knee stacked on top of the right ankle. You can pull the heart forward, or you can take that right shoulder underneath the right leg, tenting the fingers, coming into a full lizard. Now, if neither of those are for you right now, you can just drop to your knee. You're still going to get a really good benefit from this, pressing your mat away just like a lizard, looking up, or a bearded dragon. And you can also take that variation by taking your right shoulder under that left leg. So breathing into that hip, maybe visualizing a lizard. Neptune, sunny. And just staying here for a few moments. I notice, I don't know if you notice, when you are down on the ground, a lot of times it invites animals into our space. So I always find that fun. Take one more breath in, and one more breath out. So wherever you decided to go, bring your right hand back on the inside of the right foot. So you have both hands on the inside of the right leg, pulling that right knee into that right shoulder, curl the left toes, lift the left knee. We're going to use the strength of our core here to pull ourselves forward. So left leg is going to come up like you are in Buddha squat or frog pose, a variation for kids, or some people know it as an ape pose. So lots of animal origins. When you're ready, big bend in that right leg, use that center, pull your left leg up, sitting the hips down into frog. I'm going to call it frog today because we're going to take some frog hops because this is a family-friendly class. So we're all kids at heart, no matter what. So inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips sink. Then when you're ready, you can rise up, maybe take a big hop on your way and back down. Frog jumps, as many as you would like. Breathing in as you rise, and breathing out as you come back down. We'll do one more. And then we'll settle back here into frog. Take an inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. And exhale, drop the hands, heel toe your feet together. Inhale, arms lift high. And exhale, let it go. Breathe in halfway. And exhale, plant the hands right to down dog. We'll take a breath in here. And a breath out. What we do on the right, we must do on the left. So inhale, left leg high. Right heel sinks down. Three-legged down dog, wiggle out the leg, shake it out. Shake out the head. Everything from the weak, just let it go. Take one breath in. And one breath out. Inhale, press through that left heel. Exhale, knee to the left elbow. If you want, you can point the left toes. Take a breath in. Breath out. One more, inhale. And exhale. Drop the left foot in between the hands. Left foot comes on the inside of the left foot. Now, if you are a regular yoga person that practices, you know that one leg always feels different than the other. So you may want to take a different variation on this side than you did on the other. So you can come into straight arms, staying right here. If you are here, I'm going to encourage you to keep that left knee tucked to that left shoulder. Sometimes we start to open, and that's fine, it has its intentions. But today, we're going to be strong lizard, into all four corners of that left foot, pressing through that right heel. Again, you can reach under with that left shoulder, coming into lizard here, or drop the right knee, staying in straight arms, or taking that variation. But wherever you are, you're going to want to start to pull that weight or that awareness to your midline. Taking a breath in, breath out. One more, inhale, and exhale. So if you were in the variation, go ahead and bring your hands back to the inside of the left foot. Big bend in that left leg. Use your center to pull your right leg forward. So you land back in frog. Inhale, lengthen through the crown, spine lifts, elbows are used to open up, pressing the palms together. And exhale, stay. Now you are welcome to stay here, or you can take some frog jumps. If you're not feeling like hopping around the house right now, you can also just do some lifts and come right back down. Totally up to you. Wherever you are, we'll stay for 2 more breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. One more, inhale, and exhale. Go ahead and plant the hands, heel till your feet together. We'll take an inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, melt, tuck the elbows and head. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, let it go. Breathe in halfway. Plant the hands, step back, down dog. So you probably may or may not have noticed that a lot of the poses that we've done are really close to the ground, which makes sense because a lot of animals are close to the ground, but not all animals are. But a lot of the poses that are in yoga that originated are from animals that are closer to the ground. So hence why we've been there for so much of the practice tonight. So from here, take a breath in. Breath out. One more. Inhale. And exhale. This time you're going to walk towards your wrists. Maybe like a bear. Big bear walks. And then rock front to back on your toes. And then just like a sloth, which I heard a sloth, and I could be wrong, but is only awake for 1 hour a day. Kind of crazy. So slowly taking your shoulders up to your ears, dropping them down your back, lining them with your hips. And all that work we did, we're going to land right now in eagle. So shift your weight to your left leg, clip the hips, inhale, right leg up. Exhale it over the left thigh. Toes can come down to the mat, around the calf. And then right arm underneath the left, elbows up, forearms out. Just taking a moment here. Find some stillness in the mind. Taking notice of the body. Any movements of any people or animals around you. Just noticing. And then go ahead and slowly release. Inhale, arms come up, reach tall. And then exhale, hands to the hips, left knee comes up. Take the left leg over the right, toes down to the mat, the shin, Left arm under the right. You can also just keep your hands clipped, hands at your heart. And then slowly releasing. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, let it go. Breathe in halfway. And exhale, plant your hands, step back. Inhale, pull the heart forward, a little inchworm. Exhale, lower. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, tailbone high, down dog. And from here, we're gonna come onto our knees. And again, if you are watching with your family and there's some children there, you might know what this little animal is. It lives in the sea, near the sea a lot of times. So you're gonna plant your feet. Hands are gonna come near you. Fingertips towards your hips, pressing into the palms. Take a breath in. And a breath out, press into the palms, into the soles of the feet. So this, you may know this as reverse tabletop or crab. So if you're here, gaze is right above the belly button, keeping the heart lifted and the hips lifted. So try not to sink down. We want to stay in the middle, so if you want to play with that, you can shift your weight to the front, to the back, and try to figure out your middle. And again, maybe rooting down towards all four corners of the feet. Take a breath in and a breath out. One more inhale and exhale. This time, inhale, lift the heart, and exhale, let the hips sink down. Roll out the wrists a little bit. We're going to come into that one more time. So taking the fingertips back towards your hips, feet are planted down, heart lifts, hips lift, and now just like we did at the beginning when we were activating, you're going to start to walk forward and backward on your mat. So keeping the hips lifted, squeezing the glute area, and then if you're with some family, maybe you chase them around, or if your animal is not afraid, you could play a little game with your animal like that. So just taking some time to move maybe off your mat and then coming back. Maybe to the left, to the right. There's no rush. You can go fast, you can go slow. And then when you're ready, making your way back to your mat, taking an inhale, lifting the hips. And then exhale, lowering the hips down. Bringing the soles of your feet together to touch, opening the knees like a book, and you have butterfly. So for butterfly, you can use your elbows to just open the hips a little more. Taking an inhale, lifting the heart. And then exhale, maybe grabbing the toes and reaching out in front of you, or maybe you are in the mood to flutter. So feel free to flutter. I am fluttering on here. So just letting yourself come into this gentle hip opener, letting your shoulders release down, your head release down. Taking another breath in and a breath out. And then from here, we're just going to come into you're going to take your right leg behind you, left leg in front of you if this feels okay. You can bring your hands to your heart, or your hips. Taking an inhale, lifting up, and then leg. So this pose could be anything. If you are, again, thinking there might be some children here, and maybe it's something that an animal or an insect or something that it reminds you of, or an animal that you're creating in your mind. And then to activate a little more, you can always flex the toes, soften your face. And then slowly start to lift the heart. Bring your leg right back around. So flipping, right leg in front, left leg back. Inhale, lift the heart first, and then exhale over that front leg. And then slowly start to lift your heart back up. Bring your left leg around. Making your way onto your back. Taking your knees to your chest, legs to the ceiling, reversing the blood flow. Hands can be above your head. Bending the knees, grabbing the outsides of the feet. Knees working their way down towards your mat. Dead bug. So you worked from building your breath to adding some movement. Or you worked from breath to activation to movement. To this idea of a hunt. And then finally this release. And then from here, you can go ahead and take your knees to your chest, left leg long, right leg can come across the body, supine twist. This one again isn't really, from my knowledge, derived from an animal, but it feels so good, and I notice if I don't have it in a practice, my body craves it. So here we are. Arms out to a T, gaze to the right. You can keep a bent leg or straighten the right leg, maybe like you're kicking something away. Any negative energy or anything you don't need. Taking it away from your space. And then inhale back through the center. Right leg long. Left leg across your body. Gaze to the left. Again, kicking out anything trying to work its way into your space. Unless it's an animal. Sunny. And then inhale, your knees back to center. rolling side to side. And then exhaling into Shavasana, final rest, or your cat nap, which Tarzan has been in for our entire practice, which is totally okay, because that is his yoga. And just taking a moment to come back to that idea of an animal, a pet, how much they bring to your life by just their presence. And then sinking into that place between sleep and awake. You could start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe taking another moment, rolling over to your right side as I read you a quote by Eckhart Tolle. What is it that so many people find enchanting in animals? Their essence, their being, is not covered up by the mind as it is in humans. And whenever you feel that essence in another, you also feel it in yourself. And with your eyes closed, coming to a comfortable seated position, maybe bringing your hands to your heart, your knees, or maybe near a little critter nearby. Taking another moment to hold some space for animals all around us, whether it be in our homes, in nature. Taking a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Thank each of you for coming out and sharing your practice with me tonight, with your family, with your animals, and thank you for just being here.